In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they're hit. Boy, do we have a busy week of football coming up. Thanksgiving right around the corner, but we are in store for a great football game here as we kick things off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. They're going to look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense taking the field behind Geno Smith. His second stint with the Jets. They drafted him in 2013. Now 13 years later, he's back where it all started.
I love this story. Kind of a back-to-the-future feel with Geno Smith with the Jets where he began his NFL career. He may have led the league in interceptions last season, but I expect his veteran leadership to be good for this young New York team.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll work the middle here with Wright. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Straight ahead is Hall. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
That was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
This pass out wide to Hall. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now Cade York for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Douglas with a grab over the middle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll look to throw here. This one brought in by Hollins. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Achane. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Jets' 46-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
I think one of the key words in today's NFL is hybrid. You know, guys who can do more than just what they're asked to do. How about our running back there laying out like a wide receiver and making that catch?
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And the Dolphins 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. And here comes a return. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Encroachment defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And his throw here is incomplete. From the 24 now, here's second down and 5.
Brings up second down and 5 yards to go.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Now Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So on 4th down, out comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York. Malik Washington deep for Miami. Taken from just outside the 30. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Jets defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a
and this is going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. In motion, the tight end. Now Gino. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set to go once more. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for Achane. 13 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
A nice little juke. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Achane here. They stay on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Geno now to throw. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
18 on the play. 1st down, Jets.
Play action. It's Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's a 2nd and 8. Smith throwing again. It's caught. Cooper. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
5 yards on the play.
Here's Smith. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Miami set to take over.
3-yard line.
And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. Here's 2nd and 7.
6-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Up the middle, Achane. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The offense on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Brown. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard, 8-yard return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First down, Jets.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Throwing now is Geno. Over the middle, it's complete. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Kenyon Sadiq. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Hall want to give up the middle. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
At the 10-yard line.
They'll send Mitchell in motion right. Throwing is Smith. And caught by Cooper. He's got a Jets touchdown.
Omar Cooper Jr.
10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Jets have taken the lead. York on now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Coverage on the play by Trayvon Diggs.
Looking to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. With it is Brown. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's a give to right. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run with Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Completes it to Douglas. And they get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
The Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. His throw incomplete.
Ewers pass.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line.
Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Going right back to Wilson. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Jets' 40-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
A gain of 6.
55 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 28-yard
now
line.
back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run. Achane. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tim Patrick, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Gano for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14.
So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
One of the unusual players in today's college football stayed with one school his entire career and a proven winner coming out of Indiana. The Jets traded back in the first round to draft Cooper, and boy, are they excited to have him to pair with their other receivers.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Smith. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Smith. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall.
Complete.
3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 13, but it brings up 3rd down.
Now Geno. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw is Smith. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Smith. Wisely will throw that one away. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Geno down to throw. That is caught by Mitchell. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. York now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Jets 21.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will do it for this first half. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, take halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
Ball again on second down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Hall again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. Out left here, Hollins has it. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
A give left side. Here's Achane. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Taken down right at the line of
no gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Jets will take over. The Jets offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Looking to put a drive together. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, here's Smith. And incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Here's the Jets punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Caught by Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So here are the Jets now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Hill going to go in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
To the left side, he's got the tight end Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Mason Taylor. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 42.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
First down.
Give to Hall running right. Dodges him at the 50. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Targeting Cooper, and he's got it coming across the field. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
New York.
It's caught. Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing now is Gino. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Now come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing again is Smith. That is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 24-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Caleb Douglas. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Dolphins first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And able to push forward from right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He was brought down by D'Angelo Pons. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Dolphins First down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Douglas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball.
A chance hit, and the ball is held. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Gano's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The field goal we just saw has this now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose, as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, getting a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Smith now to throw. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Here's Achane to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the Dolphins with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep now here in Miami. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Smith. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
First down, Jets.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, but it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Smith. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
And the Jets first down.
On the draw, it's Hall. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Dolphins' 23-yard line.
Geno down to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now Geno. Quick hitch, complete. It's Hill. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyreek Hill. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. York on now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Dolphins 20.
A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
David Bailey on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 3rd and 4.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up.
They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Dolphins first down.
Achane gets it from the gun. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
That's another Dolphins first down.
On first down, back to Achane. And he'll get it inside the 35. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Mario Davis on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now back to throw.
The 34-yard line.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw.
35-yard line.
To the outside, brought in by Hollins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. 2nd and 2. Caught. It's Wilson. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Dolphins.
They'll look to throw again. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
It's now 3rd.
They look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Gano the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2nd and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Smith now to throw. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So the Dolphins now down by 8, a minute 12 to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, there's Hollins. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got some space here. Gets past one man. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And New York set to take the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Jets, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to